Okay, today we're going to take a look at the Timed Up and Go test, which we call the TUG. It's a standardized, validated test that the physical therapists and the physical therapist assistants will be using to help us demonstrate progress and change in someone's gait. So before we do a demonstration, I want to show you the very best way to set this up in the home. We know a lot of people don't have ideal chairs. I think from a standardization standpoint, the very best thing we can do is identify the best chair available in the house and use that chair on a regular basis for the test. Ideally, we're going to have a nice solid chair with some armrests, and it doesn't have casters, it's not going to move, and you want to position the chair in a way that if the person stands up and puts pressure against the chair with their legs, it's not going to move. So backing it up against a wall, a counter, piece of furniture is pretty effective. Now in the past, we've taught individuals to memory pace the 10 feet. We're going to have our patients sit in this chair and they will walk on our command 10 feet, turn and sit. The memory pacing is still an effective way to do it if you're extremely consistent. The distance is 10 feet, and what we're going to be doing is giving each therapist and therapist assistant a 10-foot length of cotton clothesline cord. This way we know that we're doing a nice standard presentation, and they're small and light and easy to keep in your bag or in your pocket. So when we have the patient come in and sit, I'll place it at her feet, and then I'll stretch it out. Okay? All right. Ms. Watts, how are you doing today?
Okay.
Good. Thank you. I'm so glad that you are willing to be our demonstrator.
All right.
Okay. So you're comfortable? Okay. What we're going to do today is just a little test to check and see your comfort in your walking. I'm going to be looking at things like balance and your confidence in your walking. I'm going to be looking at your speed, but more than anything, I want you to do what is comfortable for you, okay? There's no pass-fail. You just do your best. What I'm going to encourage everyone to do is put a line on the floor, and I might have to do this a time or two just to straighten it out completely. Thank you. See, I have a willing helper here. Okay. So what I have now is I have a chair positioned against the wall. This is her starting point. What we're going to do, now tell me a couple of things first. Do you normally wear glasses?
Sometimes.
Okay, but not always.
Primarily for seeing off.
Okay, so when you're up and walking around through the house,
I don't.
You're not wearing your glasses. Okay, and I love these shoes. Are these shoes that you normally wear in the house?
I do.
Excellent. Okay, they enclose your heel and your foot. This is great. All right, Mrs. Watts is wearing a great shoe for someone in our population because it's a great walking shoe. It has an enclosed toe. It has an enclosed heel. Easy open and close fasteners. Are those pretty easy for you to get on?
Easy, very easy.
Okay, wonderful. So a similar shoe that one can slip into but still really provides that good solid support, has a low heel. Excellent shoe, good choice. Do you ever walk with a gait device?
No.
Okay. No cane? No walker?
No.
Okay, wonderful. Then we're going to do the test under your normal conditions. We're going to do a trial, and then I'll time you, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say ready, set, go. And when I say go, I want you to stand, walk at your own regular pace to the end of our cord, turn around, come back, and sit. Okay? You ready? On your mark, get set, go. Ooh. Okay. Take your time until you feel steady, and go ahead and walk for me. Wonderful, and turn around right at the end. Now I can accompany her and continue on back. I'm not going to touch her, I'm not going to assist her in any way, and have a seat. Perfect, okay. So we understand what we're doing? Okay, how'd that feel?
Good.
Wonderful, okay. Are we ready to do a timed session? I have my trusty iPhone. Okay, so I'm going to click the timer as soon as I have you start, okay? Ready, set, and stand. I click my timer and you can proceed at your pace. And turn and return. And have a seat. Excellent. Okay, 16.5 seconds. So I time from the time that she lifts her bottom until she returns to her chair. Excellent. Okay. Now, let's look at a couple of opportunities in which things may not flow quite so smoothly. All right? And we've already talked about what we're going to do, so Ms. Watson, I have a plan. Okay, are you ready? Let's do another test. Okay, on your mark, get set, go. Oh, you all right? Do you want to sit or do you want to continue?
Continue.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, so she expressed a desire to continue, and I'm fine with that, but I know already that this is not going to be a successful tug test. So that was 21.1 seconds. In reality, in a tug test, since we're not supposed to assist, I did reach and grab her arm to help her catch her balance. And so I would, in essence, not count that as a completed tug test, but I still get to see a lot of key things about her balance. I get to see how she paces herself and how she's able to recover. So again, remember, it's not a pass-fail. And if someone does not do well or they seem to be having difficulty, you need to support them and assist them back to the chair. We're simply going to tell them that that was excellent and we've seen a lot of what we need to know that we can focus on in therapy. Okay, so we are going to provide every physical therapist and physical therapist assistant with a 10-foot length of cord. My plan and hope is that you would keep that with you in your bags or in your pocket because we'll be doing tug tests fairly often. I still think the idea of memory pacing is excellent because there may be a time when you don't have your cord with you, or it's just not opportunistic, or the floor is absolutely horrifically dirty. For some reason, you don't want to put it down. So if you watch my feet, my memory pacing is 5 lengths, and it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm so used to doing that. Repeating that gives you what we call muscle memory and the ability to reproduce it without the cord there. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I come out exactly the same every time. When we did teach the memory pacing, we had people who did it routinely in 4. That's fine, whatever works for you. So I think it's good that you have both methods, that you're able to do it with the cord or without the cord, depending upon the circumstance.